Welcome back to Chronic Pain and Journey with Susie Wolf. I'm Susie Wolf. Today we're going to talk about my first time in a restaurant in a year. And my first time in a restaurant after getting a pain pump. So stick around and we'll talk about that. Yesterday, Sunday, being yesterday, was my husband's birthday and my mother's birthday. So we all decided to go out to dinner Saturday night. And it was my mom's turn to pick the restaurant, so we went to Village Inn. And all had pie for dessert instead of cake. And which everybody loved that one over fabulously. So there was about 10 of us there, and I was absolutely sure that this time I could be there on time, and I was absolutely wrong. I had a medication interaction on Friday night. And ever since that happened, my muscles have been really weak. My arm muscles, leg muscles, back muscles, everything has just been really weak. And I am just moving slow. So when it came time to get ready on Saturday, normally I do my makeup in steps and take little breaks, and then do my hair, take little breaks, things like that. But my breaks, instead of being little 10-minute breaks, were more like 20 or 30-minute breaks before I could get up the energy to go back in the bathroom and finish getting ready. I was actually surprised how long it took me, and we did end up being a half hour late, which was completely on me. But no one really seemed to mind. They were all in good moods and good spirits when we got there. Now, to be perfectly honest, the main reason I avoid restaurants is the same reason I avoid shopping. And it's just as much an anxiety issue for me as it is for sitting in a chair. I've gotten a lot better about sitting in a hardwood chair or a restaurant chair or a church chair or whatever. I have gotten quite a bit better at that, but restaurants are a high anxiety place for me. I have an extreme aversion to people scraping their forks against their plates. I can hear it from across the restaurant. I can hear it in the kitchen. At metal on metal or metal on a plate, people scratching their forks against their teeth. I can hear that stuff all over the restaurant. But luckily, because of the time we chose and the restaurant we chose, for the most part, we had it to ourselves, at least on our side of the restaurant. There were few enough people, and as far as I can remember, I don't think I ever had the feeling that I normally get, where after I've been there for a little bit, where I feel like everyone in the restaurant is staring at me and then eventually touching me. So, I mean, I'm fine. I mean, we were a crowded table of 10, but I know all those people, so I don't feel that way about them. But if we had people behind us that I could hear talk and people on the other side of the table that we could also kind of hear murmur and things like that, it definitely would have turned into a situation like that for me. So I was very grateful that the restaurant was pretty empty. Now, I have tried eating a few soft things at home, some successfully, some not. But I was not ready to eat in public yet. And so while everybody else had their dinners, I had a milkshake. But when everybody ordered their pie, I decided that since I could pick a small pie or a soft pie that I could control, that I would go ahead and try it. And in the first bite that I took, it made my bottom dentures stick to something and pop up, which I didn't notice. So I slammed my mouth back down, and they were turned slightly and slammed down on the part of my gums that still really hurts. So I had a bite of pie, and I was done with that. And what is kind of bummed, I couldn't just pop my teeth out at the table and put in some Orajel, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people would not have appreciated that. So I waited till we got in the truck. But we weren't there a real long time. I mean, I did stay till everyone was finished with their pie, but as a group, we weren't there a real long time. I don't know exactly how long, but I was relieved because these restaurant chairs, and I think anyone who had dinner with me that night would agree, are the worst restaurant chairs I've ever sat on in my entire life. Just hardwood, no padding. The back was hardwood, no padding. The way the chairs were angled, you really had to hold yourself up if you wanted any kind of good posture at all. I was a little grateful for the fact that I only had a milkshake, because I felt like I could get away with leaning on the table and putting my elbows on the table. Probably shouldn't have, but didn't really have a choice at that time. And so with the muscle problems that I've been having since my med interaction, I was pretty done pretty quick. Like I said, I did wait for everyone to finish their pie before I said anything, and then I turned to my mom and asked her to please be the first one that wanted to get up, because I didn't want to be that person, because I'm always that person. And so, but everybody was very ready to go, so it wasn't like I mean, we got the presents opened, we got dinner eaten, we got pie eaten, we got everything done that we were there to do. So everyone was happy, and it was a great night. And a friend even came home with us, and we watched a few YouTube videos and played a few rounds of categories. But I was fine with all that because I was back in my chair and getting supported the way I need to for my muscles not to hurt like that. So that was my big exciting thing this week, because I had not been out to a restaurant to eat since I got my pain pump. Since my anxiety's been so much higher lately. The last time I went to a restaurant was last year for my husband and mother's birthday. So it really had been a while, and I was pretty nervous, but it ended up going pretty well, and I was able to shake it when I got home and enjoy game night with my friend Rob and Jennifer. So it was a good night, and my mom and my husband had a good birthday, so that's what I really cared about. Had it similar, well, not similar actually, but another med reaction that night but I have figured out the problem now, so that's not really an issue anymore. So I'm not worried about it anymore. And next week we'll probably talk about those med interactions, but today, since I'm feeling better, I really wanted to keep it positive and happy and upbeat and not really talk about those in great detail. So if nothing exciting happens this week, I'll fill you in next week on the med reaction. Thank you so much for joining me. Please hit that thumbs up, and we are growing in subscribers, but we need more. Dexter and I both want you to subscribe to this channel.
Yeah.
He's very excited for us to hit 100 subscribers. Alright, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.